What is a rectangular coordinate system? A rectangular coordinate system is also known as the Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane is comes from the discoverer itself, the mathematician who discovered this one or who invented this one, and his name is René Descartes. Okay. So what does a Cartesian plane look like? From the word itself, plane. So therefore, it is uh, a plane. Okay, so in a plane, there is two number lines. One is the horizontal line, which is the x-axis, and the vertical number lines is what we call the y-axis. Okay, the intersect the y-axis and the x-axis, or the horizontal line and the vertical lines, is perpendicular to each other, and its point of intersection, it is where the two lines meet, is what we call the origin. Therefore, in the origin, we have the x-axis, the points in the x-axis in 0, and the points in the y-axis in 0. So that is the origin. Now, the points in the plane, the location of the points in the plane is uh, described, or it is written in paired number. Okay, the first one is always the x coordinate, what we call the x coordinate, and the x coordinate is what is actually the abscissa. Okay, so once again, the x coordinate is the abscissa, and while the y coordinate is the ordinate. Okay, the the x coordinate is actually the distance of the point, the horizontal distance of the point. For example, here we have point A, the horizontal distance. So we're talking about this. So from here, we're in the x-axis is in 0. We have 1, 2, 3 units. Therefore, the x coordinate here is 3. Okay, it's the x coordinate is always comes first, and then next followed by the y coordinate, wherein it is the distance of the point from it is the vertical distance of the point. So here, this is the vertical distance, and counting it from 0, we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so therefore the y coordinate is also 3. So point A can be written as 3 and 3. Okay, so that is how we can describe the Cartesian plane. Now, the Cartesian plane is divided into four sections. We have the first quadrant, second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. So all the points here in the first quadrant, as you can see, here in the horizontal line, or the x-axis, from 0 going to the right are all positive, and from here, from 0 going to the left, are those that has negative x coordinate. While here in the y-axis, or the vertical lines, from 0 going up is are all positive, and at the same time, from the origin going down, they are all negative. Therefore, in the first quadrant, the x coordinate is positive since it is going to the right, and the y coordinate is also positive because it is going up. Okay. Now, how about the points here in the second quadrant? As you can see, it is on the left side of the left side of the horizontal line, or the x-axis. Therefore, your x here is negative, while the y still going up, It's above the horizontal line, so it is positive. And then for the third quadrant, we have a negative x coordinate and a negative y coordinate. That's why it is negative and negative. And then lastly, for the fourth quadrant, of course, here is the x. It's going to the right, so it's positive. And then for the y coordinate, we have here, it is below 0. Okay, so that's it. This is the what we call the Cartesian plane. It is used in locating the points in a plane. Okay, so example, we have here point A, which has a x coordinate of 1, and take note, the y coordinate is 0. That means it is along the x-axis. Okay, so we're going to locate it here. This is along the x-axis. The y here, it is 1 and 0. The y is 0. That's why it is here. And then your x is 1, positive 1. So here is positive 1. So this is where point A is located. Okay, wherein the x coordinate is 1 and the y coordinate is 0. Once again, if your y coordinate is 0, the points is along the the x axis. Okay? If once again, if your y coordinate is 0, that means the point is along the x axis. Okay, how about point P? Point P has both positive x coordinate and positive y coordinate. Okay, so let's locate it here. B has 2 and 1. Here is the x coordinate, so this is the x. Positive 2 is here. And then your y is positive 1, so it's going up here. This is 1. So meeting them here, this is point B, wherein the x coordinate is 2 and the y coordinate is 1. The next, as you can see, in C, this time your x coordinate is 0, okay, and the y coordinate is 3. If your x coordinate is 0, so here is 0, and then your y is 3, positive 3, so let's move 3 units from here above because the y coordinate is positive, so we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, therefore point C is here, located here, wherein the x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 3. Take note, if you have an 0 x coordinate, that means the point is along the y axis. Okay, it is along the y axis. Once again, if the x coordinate is 0, the point is along the y axis. In the same way, if your y coordinate is 0, it is along the x axis. Okay, so let's see here, letter D, or point D. Point D, we have a negative x coordinate, that's negative 4, but positive y coordinate. Negative means it is on the left side, and positive y, that means it is above the 0, above the origin. Okay, so let's locate it here. Negative 4 and 2. Okay, negative 4 of the x-axis is here, going to the left. So this is negative 4. And then your y is 2 units above. So 1, 2. Therefore, your point D is here, is located here, wherein the x coordinate is negative 4 because it is on the left side of the y-axis. And positive 2 or 2, the y coordinate is 2, so that it is above the 0 of the origin. The next, so that means it is in the second quadrant. Okay, so then we have both negative. So as you can see, if we have both negative, it should be in the third quadrant. Okay, it is both negative, -2 for the x coordinate, -3 for the y coordinate. That means the x coordinate is on the left, and -3, that means the y coordinate is below. Okay, going down. So here, -2 and -3, it must be somewhere here. Okay, so the x coordinate is -3. This is -3. And the y coordinate is also -3. This is -3. I'm sorry, -2 is the x coordinate. So here is the -2. And the y coordinate is -3. So the point, is it point E? We are now in point E, is located here, which is in the third quadrant. And then lastly, we have a positive x coordinate and a negative y coordinate. Okay, we have 4 and -4. Okay, so we have a positive x coordinate and a negative y coordinate. So here's your x positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And since the y coordinate is negative, so it's going down 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so point F is here. Okay, we're in. The x coordinate is +4 because it is on the right, and the y coordinate is -4 because it is below. Okay, so that's it. This is how we can describe a Cartesian plane, or what we call the rectangular coordinate system.